Hi everyone, with Mother's Day on the way, I thought we would try some pop-up cards. So here's one example I'm showing you, and it's a pop-up, so you close it and you pop it up. And I know it's kind of hard to see this in my video, but hopefully you get the idea. Now you might have noticed on the back here this little mark. Well, this is the inside of the card. You would have to then glue it to another paper so you could decorate the front really nice and then open it up and have your pop-up. So of course, as you can see, this one's a flower, but I'm going to show you some other examples. You might want to create something like this one. This is here. I don't have the back of the card on. Or a sun. You are my sunshine. Happy Mother's Day. Or you might like I love you a bunch. Happy Mother's Day. And this one is a vase of flowers or a still life. So these three cards, the flower, the sun, and the still life, all are constructed the same way. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But oh, there's one more card I almost forgot to show you. Now this one is a little bit smaller, but it's closed. I haven't decorated the front, but when you open it up, it's a pop-up rainbow. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do these. But if you are doing one of these pop-ups, the flower, the vase, or the sun, you're going to start with your paper. Now, luckily I found some construction paper that I had. So if you don't have construction paper, you can just use copy paper. So I'm going to take my construction paper and I'm going to fold it point to point. So I've lined up my points. This is the bubble. I'm going to hold it down here and then I'm just going to flatten the bubble. And then I'm going to crease it really well here. Okay? Then, and I'm going to set this aside because I've already made another one. So after I have folded it, I'm going to make some lines here. Now I used marker so you could see in the video, but you need to be careful because this is the open side, this is the fold side. So you're going to make two lines and they have to be the same height. Then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut and stop, cut and stop. Then I'm going to open it up and on the inside I'm going to pop this forward and I'm just going to crease it here and then I'm going to bend the paper gently this way and then usually I can just fold that down and crease it there. So now I've got this pop-up square really. Now what you put on the square, so your card's going to open up this way and what I put on the square here is going to be up to you. So I'm going to give you a couple ideas. If I'm going to do the still life, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some other paper and I'm going to draw, let me hold this up so you can see it a little bit clearer. I'm going to draw a vase and then I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. Those are going to be the center of my flowers. Then I've finished this here. I've added the petals and I've added some leaves and I went ahead and I outlined it with a marker. If you don't have a black marker, you can use a black crayon. And then, of course, I color it in. Now gluing this is already glued down. So I'm going to show you how to glue this in the next lesson or next example. So I'm going to put that aside. So what if I want to do a flower? Well, I'm going to get the color paper I want to start with and something to help me draw a circle. Now I have a plastic cup. You'll just have to look around for something to make a circle with. You're going to hold it down and you're going to trace your circle, and don't worry if you kind of go out of the lines there. See, mine looks a little wobbly right now. That's all right, because when I cut it, I can neaten it up. Now, if I wanted to do the sun, I would do the same thing, but you see, this side of the cup is bigger than this side, so I use this side to be the sun. Let me finish cutting. Now, I'm also going to need another colored paper, or I'm going to need, oops, this is a little wobbly. I'm going to need to make the petals. So I would take another piece of paper, and because I don't have a good color nearby, I'm just going to use this green. So on this green paper, let's see if I can find my marker. Oh, here it is. What I would do is I would make petals. 1, 2, 3. You want to try to keep them the same height and the same thickness. And then, of course, I would fold this paper in half. And then when I go to cut it, I end up with 2, 4, 6, 8 petals. I'm going to set that aside. Now, I already have an example going, so I have my circle cut out. I have my petals cut out. And now I have to glue them down. So to glue them, look at how nice this side looks. You can see how neat it looks. This back side is where I do the gluing. So I'm going to take and glue my last petal. I'm going to put a little bit of glue down here, a little bit of glue, and then stick that down. And then there's my flower. Now to put it onto the card, this is where you're going to have to bend this paper a little bit. But before we get to that, I'm not going to put glue on the flower. I'm going to set the flower aside. I'm going to flatten this down, and I'm going to put glue right here, okay? So I'm going to put some glue there. And then I can take my flower, and I want the flower, the bottom of my flower here, like that. Glue that down. And then I'm going to pop that up again. And you're going to notice these petals get bent down. That's okay. So I'm going to carefully fold those down. And then, oh, you don't want them like that. You're going to take the glue, put a little bit of glue on the back of those petals, and then press those down. And, oops, voila, I have my flower. So let's go back to the original that I showed you. So my flower is all here. I'm going to take my crayons. I made a stem. You could add some other things in the background if you'd like. But there's my Mother's Day card. Now, there's one more to show you. That is the rainbow, pop-up rainbow. Now, I'm just looking at the time of my video. This is getting a little long. I'll try to go as quick as I can to show you. But you are going to have your paper. You're going to fold it in half. Remember, make a nice crease. And I'm going to fold it in half again. And make a nice crease. I'm going to open it up. Okay. And I'm going to fold it this way again. Now this is where you have to know the difference between the open side and the fold side. On the fold side, close here to this center, I'm going to make a line that goes up and over like that. Okay, something like that. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to, you don't want to make this line come down here. You want it to kind of go up like this. See how it looks like a cone shape now? Fold it like that. Fold this, fold that. Okay, just like that. So now I've got my rainbow. Now the rest of it is pretty easy. Once you have that pop-up rainbow part, then you're just going to take your crayons and you're going to color in the order of the rainbow. And to remember that, we go R-O-Y, Roy, G, Viv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, or purple. Now, in elementary school, we usually skip the indigo part, but indigo would go here. So, that is how you would make your pop-up rainbow. Now, kindergartners, I would suggest you get some help from your family, well, probably your dad, or if you have an older sibling, to help you with the pop-up. Have fun, and I can't wait to see what you make.